So podcast questions. Oh man, I thought we only had one,
And then I asked.
and then things got real oogly. So Sam, start asking the podcast questions.
From Loss. Loss. What's your favorite playable WoW race? What's your least favorite?
Orc Tauren. No, Orc Night Elf. No, Draenei. I hate Draenei, but that's later. Orc is my favorite. Night Elf is my least favorite.
Okay. Mine's favorite would probably be Orc, I guess. And Undead.
I like...
There is a mention of Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines in a podcast question. I literally just listened to a podcast about Garth Brooks today. Al, what was your answer? Sorry.
I went with the Orc Shaman because it's what I started with, but starting to think that a Tauren Shaman might have been better. No, Orc Shaman.
But is that your favorite playable WoW race?
Orc?
Yeah.
What's your least favorite?
My least... I don't have one that I can pick out. Is it so? It's just WoW race. My least favorite Goblin then.
Okay. I mean, that's later. Is there a current least favorite?
I'll say Undead.
Okay, that's fair. Isn't your Rogue an Undead?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is my least favorite. It doesn't mean I hate it.
Oh, I strongly dislike Night Elves. And I used to hate Taurens.
I was thinking Horde.
No, WoW race.
Yeah. Well, we're in a Horde thing. So, I mean, if we're going just strictly classic, any Alliance race, really. They're so vanilla. So, yeah. I'll say, going classic, I'm going to say any Alliance race.
So Al's answer is Paladin.
Except for Night Elf. I like Night Elf.
All right, what's the next question?
Okay, Oogly. Bess. Was there ever a thing that you really, really liked, but then something happened to create shame in you for having ever liked it? I'm thinking like that time Garth Brooks decided he was Chris Gaines, or when Blizzard hired Ion Hazakostas. Those would be my two moments.
So my first reaction I already had, but my second reaction to that question is I have no idea who Ion Hazakostas is. No sweet clue. But there's nothing shameful about Chris Gaines.
Who's Chris Gaines?
He is the Australian rock star alter ego to Garth Brooks.
Oh, Chris Gaines is Garth Brooks?
Yes. Chris Gaines is a character played by Garth Brooks.
Huh? Is this something like how Beyonce is now like country?
No.
Beyonce is country?
Decided
Yeah, her new album's country.
But no, not like that at all.
Garth Brooks created an alter ego and did a different style outside of country, and he called himself Chris Gaines.
He was Australian. His parents had backstories. It was very intense.
It's like a WWE wrestler who plays one character this day and then comes back and plays a different character the next day.
I still remember having respect for Garth Brooks for doing that. Because it is bizarre and way out in left field. And Garth Brooks, quite frankly, doesn't care what anybody thinks.
Like
Why
I said
should he?
earlier, it's kind of the Blizzard.
You know what Garth Brooks says?
I got friends in low places.
Parses don't matter.
Oh, he says that too. That's actually one of his hit songs off of his second album.
Are you joking?
I got friends with low parses.
Oh, okay. So,
I've got friends with low
was
parses.
there ever a thing you really, really liked, but then something happened that created shame in you for ever liking it?
Yes.
So yes. What is yours, Al?
Okay, so I really like.
And why is it her?
I really like the first Mortal Kombat movie, and then I saw this 2-disc set had Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 in it, so I bought the disc set and I brought it home. And my wife at the time was in the kitchen because, and
was she making you a sandwich?
No, and I was watching Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
And I instantly regretted it. She called from the kitchen. What are you watching? I said I was watching porn.
Okay, but Mortal did that make you feel shame for liking Mortal Kombat 1? Because Mortal Kombat 1 was a good movie.
Just made me cringe that they totally did Johnny Cage wrong and didn't know it was really bad.
Yeah,
Okay, that's the best answer I have to this. Why you got to twist it around on me? I still like Mortal Kombat 1.
I was defending your taste in Mortal Kombat 1.
But yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 made me want to get caught watching porn over getting caught watching that.
I actually have one.
Do you have one,
I
Sam?
actually have one.
Okay.
I don't know if it's bad or not.
What?
Because I used to really like Nickelodeon, and then now with everything that's going on with Nickelodeon.
Wait, what's going on with Nickelodeon? I legitimately don't follow any news. What's going on with? I don't know what's going on with Nickelodeon.
There's a lot of, I don't even know how to explain it. A lot of bad things happening.
Bad things happening. Oh, are you talking about the TV shows they produce? Because those are bad.
On set is like exposing, like, what's his name? Can't think of his name right now.
So what's quiet on set?
Oh, is this the guy that was making passes at Ariana Grande?
And like Amanda Bynes and Drake Bell and
So is that a yes to me?
I knew
I'm not
Yeah.
two
sure.
of those three
Okay.
people. Who's Drake Bell?
from Drake and Josh.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, let's just say we're from different generations.
He was very inappropriate near the young girls and I guess boys at times. I don't know. And I only just caught this on YouTube. I have no idea why that showed it to me, but I watched it.
Are you looking it up?
I was looking up who this Ion Hazakostas guy was, and I lost interest. I don't care. So I have a 1-2. I have 1-2. So mine is. Hold on, my mic's here. So look over here. Second shelf from the bottom, on the right, and on the left of the middle books. I have a bunch of hardcover books by an author. Can you read the name of the author?
No.
David Drake?
No, what?
Which shelf?
Isn't that the guy you just said a moment ago?
Second from the bottom. The ones that are not Game of Thrones
You see, Sam's mic stand is in the way.
and not
here.
David Drake.
Terry Goodkind?
Yes, I really thought that would be easier than that. Yes, Terry Goodkind. So when I was in high school, way back at the beginning of time, when I was in high school, I enjoyed fantasy fiction, reading
I
of the
fantasized
books.
a lot in high school as well.
This was a different kind of fantasy. So, and one of the series I started reading was the Sword of Truth / Wizard's First Rule, Second Rule, etc. books by Terry Goodkind.
I know where this is going because you got me into it.
Did
Not
you read
the
them?
book. Not the book, no.
The TV show? I'm actually not going to the TV show. It's so much worse and darker than that.
Okay.
So I enjoyed these books. At least I enjoyed the first 4 books. The series really kind of went downhill after the first 4, but I read these completely oblivious to the not so subtle, apparently, political messaging in them. Apparently, this Terry Goodkind fellow's a real piece of crap, and everybody hates him. So he has some violent fetishes that he's into that work their way into the books. He's also a bit of an Ayn Rand type, which isn't on its own necessarily bad, but he has a lot of questionable views in the eyes of a lot of people, and possibly, because political views, some people may not really care about the political views of the author they're reading. I clearly didn't at the time. I didn't know he had any. I just enjoyed the books. But apparently, he also, around that time, had somewhat of a feud with an aging, quite ill Robert Jordan, author of the Wheel of Time books.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, apparently, I wasn't there at the time, while Robert Jordan was in the hospital literally dying of heart disease, Terry Goodkind made some public comments mocking Robert Jordan's weak heart and saying that he had a strong heart. It was kind of in poor taste. Basically, as a result of this guy being himself, everybody hates him now.
Now you regret giving him your money.
I never directly gave him my money. I gave it to Chapters and what was Chapters called before it was Chapters?
It was always
Indigo. No, was it Indigo? I don't
No,
remember.
I think it went from Chapters to Indigo. I don't know.
There was Chapters was called something before Chapters when I was buying books. But anyways, yeah. So I was a big fan of his in high school. I loved his books. I wanted to go. I bought all of his. Like I had 2 copies of all of his books. I had the soft cover ones that I read. They're up there farther. And I had a set of hardcore. Why do I keep saying hardcore? I had a set of hardcover Terry Goodkind books that I bought for the purposes of just having, with the hopes that one day I would go to a book signing and meet him in person and have him sign my books. I was never able to do that. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, at the time I was disappointed.
At the time, I guess, yeah.
I think he's dead now. But yeah, he is a questionable character that I was a big fan of. And does that answer the question?
Yeah.
I really liked, but ended up feeling shame. I don't know if I feel shame necessarily, but it points out the naivety of youth, I guess. So that answers that question. Are you gonna read the next? Sam's Googling Terry Goodkind now because apparently my description of who he was not good enough.
All right, I'll get
another oogly question, just my opinion, but the many sounds of WoW are some of the most iconic around. Might just be that way because I've played for 20 years. Outside of the great music, the Murloc.
Murgle.
Okay. The gnome death sound, the classic arouse
my champion.
are my top 3. What's yours? I don't even understand the question.
What are your top 3 sounds from
Ooh, he looks creepy.
He was creepy. Yeah.
He's dead.
He is, I know.
He died in 2020.
Yeah, I was pretty sure he was
COVID
dead.
probably.
He was 72 when he died. He never looked as old as he was. But yeah, 3 favorite sounds. I don't have any because I'm not a sounds person.
I'm going to say I might not come up with 3, but I do like the sound of the distract as people walk off the plank heading into the boat.
How do I clear his name from my history now?
And then
do it later. You should have incognitoed it.
And then for the Murloc, Murgle, I like that, but I don't like it from the game. I enjoy it from when I was watching the Warcraft movie.
I still haven't managed to sit through that.
Oh, I was like, we watched it, but that was the Dungeons and Dragon movie.
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons movie was great.
That one was good.
Yeah.
Honor Amongst Thieves.
I don't play with my sound on, so I don't have a favorite sound.
You guys need to
I
play
just
your
don't.
sound.
I feel like I said this. I feel like we talked somewhat about this last episode, or maybe the episode before. Sounds do nothing for me. I honestly, I think I have more sounds in my head from Warcraft 2 than World of Warcraft.
You hear that, Sam? You don't have to fake it. You can just lie there.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds do nothing for him.
Well, it's true.
I know. It's been 13 years. I know.
I mean, that's why sometimes I put a pillow over your face while we're...
Although I can say...
What's the next question?
I can say, speaking of sounds...
Stop it.
Sam.
After your 7th wipe on a raid boss, what's your favorite cuss word to use to help relieve some of your stress?
I feel like this is a Sam question.
I feel like this is a Sam question. Yes.
I may have thrown the F word out a few times. Maybe just once. It was just once. Get off the gear, you stupid cow. Fuck you. I called myself a stupid cow.
I also feel like this is a good
then
place.
You said a swear.
What?
So I also feel that if this is going to be a video clip, this is a place to put that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Everybody enjoyed that. I also don't have an answer to that one though.
No, this is a Sam question.
I think that was directed to me.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I said. That was a Sam question. But like, honestly, I've never had that reaction to wiping in a raid. Al?
I'll just die.
No, I don't have anything.
I don't usually
any
react.
cuss words I would have used would have been back with the AQ40 raids, and I can't remember that far back.
So
So
next
skip
one, we got
that
some
one.
Jordan questions.
What hand glows on crowd pummeler? Am I saying that right?
Pummeler, yeah.
Before he does his push ability. What hand glows?
Which hand glows? Do you know what the answer is? The one he puts behind his back.
Is this
Oh, I was
the one
gonna
I
say
kept
his
dying
right.
on?
Yeah, I thought it was his left. Was it his right?
I was behind him. Maybe I have it wrong. No, it's his right. I think
What
he's.
boss mechanics in Nomer sticks out to you the most? Besides CP, what's CP?
Crowd pummeler.
Crowd pummeler.
Oh,
We're not going to say what else CP is. It's just crowd pummeler.
So, okay, we'll do this bit by bit. So what mechanics stick out other than the crowd pummeler?
to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the purple arrow that you had to get?
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
I tried to get you started earlier. You didn't go. You
We
didn't bite.
succeeded after I stopped being the one having to run out.
See, I'm thinking for
Raid?
raid composition. Thank you, Josh. Maybe I could go elemental for a ranged option, but I don't know. As long as I'm playing my shaman, doesn't care. But
What? No,
I'm
the
kinda
question
curious.
was what boss mechanics stick out?
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
So
There was a backstory?
I wouldn't mind getting out there and trying to see what that is that Sam was looking at. So that one's sticking out. I want to know what it was that she was getting. I want to know how
was
it's
I
saving
looking at?
it for her to. I know that she runs out, it gives it to her, but then she runs right back in. I want to know what that does. So I'm gonna have to read up on it. Other than
Yeah, well, that
it's-
was the one where I think I misunderstood because I wasn't the one that had to move. So I misunderstood a few times what exactly Sam was doing wrong until I had to do it myself. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. But that was an enjoyable fight. That was the one that stood out mechanically, was actually kind of fun.
So the other one I want to ask a question about is the cogs. Is there a way that maybe the tank, like, can we move the crowd pummeler once he drops a cog? Can we move him somewhere where we're less likely to get run over, or do we just have to keep watching? 'Cause-
They go all over the place. Just
They go
get out of
all
the way. Like, it's not hard.
yeah, I still get hit. You know, yeah, it sucks.
I mean, I got knocked off once in our 11 attempts. It's not hard. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So what's the last part? Let's read the last part of the question.
Without looking it up, what is the best consumable to bring with you to raid for your class spec?
So this is Jordan's attempt, I believe, to educate us.
I don't remember what it's called, but I brought food and mana potions.
What did the food do? Do you remember?
Nope.
Who's
Maybe
the-
more
regen
something.
food?
Mana.
So
I don't know.
class
Stamina might be
appropriate
better,
food.
but like that's
You
what I
want to know
told you to
something
bring.
funny about that?
What?
I asked, is a stack of 20 okay? I ran out because I
Then-
kept dying.
Then bring more.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say bring regular food as well, but if you keep dying, you're still gonna need the buff. So, I mean, for me, I just grab one of every freaking scroll because you can pile them all on, unlike future expansions.
Only one of each?
No, like sorry, a pile, like a book of scrolls.
Yeah.
So I had nature resist, had fire resist. We didn't use them. I did not bring free action. I didn't think we needed free action in this one. It wasn't part of the list
I feel
that I
like
was
someone
given.
told me to.
But
Free action was for the last boss, or maybe the second to last.
I can use any other elixirs that are out there to enhance strength or agility or both for health. Like just basically I can just drug up like I'm a steroid user buffing for the next workout routine.
See, I grabbed a couple stacks of 15 agility elixirs, a couple stacks of the 8 strength elixirs, and I grabbed stacks of strength and agility scrolls to put on my pet, and stamina food and health potions basically. And I grabbed some protection pots, which I did use a couple. Like I pre-potted before the first 2 bosses with nature resist, and I even started using nature resist on the electrocutioner boss because I had a bunch of them, and I figured why not, because the thing that was killing us was nature, but I think it was overkilling by enough that it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But every little bit counts, I guess.
So, Jordan, my question to you is, what should we be bringing?
So what's the last
Next
question?
question. This season of Discovery has been nicknamed Seasons of Dads. Why? What about moms? Do you think for the average working adult with kids, those XP buffs and the other things, is Blizzard giving players enough time to level and get in those raids? I know you guys have been 40 for a while. Is there a reason that you had not gone into Nomer yet? We didn't have the numbers.
So the reason we didn't, well, I know for myself, and I'm pretty sure for Sam as well, and maybe for Al, the reason we didn't go into Nomer is because we were waiting to go as a mere casuals raid. I didn't feel like pugging it. I know Al has a severe
Allergy.
seafood
Phobia.
adjacent allergy to pugs, and Sam couldn't care less about doing anything that I don't physically drag her into. So, whoops. So yeah, we waited, and
We will probably wait again to do Sunken Temple.
No,
Well,
I
we need
think-
20 for that though.
I would have liked a few more weeks of phase 2.
Well, I didn't think phase 3 would be coming out so soon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would have liked longer. What was the rest of the question? The XP buffs. Oh, the XP buffs are great because I've leveled before. I don't need to level again.
Yeah. Nobody wants to level. They just want to discover the runes. They want
Yeah.
to see the new stuff, and they want to get in and do the raids. Leveling is just.
And I love stopping at the level breaks too.
Now, why is Season of Discoveries nicknamed Season of Dads?
Because a dad raider or a dad guild is like what people call like casual, wants to play WoW but has a family and a full-time job, so can't commit a ton of time to it kind of player.
So I'm a dad?
You're a dad.
Okay.
That's just like when in Dungeons and Daddies, the podcast of their D&D play, has a girl that played a dad. So you're a girl playing a dad.
Yes. So you're not a stepmom, Sam. You're a mom who stepped up.
That's outrageous.
Every time.